act for the future, and this is right now.
We are talking to basically all parties.
A sailing collective is even bigger.
Together we stand stronger.
About sustainable shipping.
Hey Cosmo,
Hi, Peggy.
we are part of the Fairwinds Collective.
That we are.
We are sitting here in Enkhuizen on the 8th of September. May you introduce yourself, Cosmo?
My name is Cosmo Wassenaar. I'm Dutch. I started sailing at a young age, 14, 15, in the traditional charter inner water fleet here in Holland. First as a deckhand and a little bit as skipper. But then I found out about this school where we are now, the Enkhuizen Nautical College, which was then called the Enkhuizen Zeevaartschool. The only foreigners that came to our school were German deckhands that first had to learn Dutch. So there were only lessons in Dutch at that time. When I started this school, I immediately knew that this was the solution for me. 2 times half a year of education, and then you would have a diploma, and then you would be able to sail. Not as a passenger, not as a trainee, but as a mate. And I really liked that idea. When I finished school, that was in '97, I started sailing. First as a deckhand / second mate, because still you have to do some learning, of course. And I became a captain in 1999, sailed several ships, charter vessels in the Baltic Sea, in the North Sea, did some trips as a captain on the Greenpeace ship Rainbow Warrior 2. And then I got asked to become captain of the Clipperstad Amsterdam, which I did for 4 years. And after that, I was thinking, okay, now I've sailed on the biggest ship that is sailing on the Dutch flag. I should either go back to the small ships or stop sailing completely. I chose the last. Well, not completely, but I do not sail professionally anymore. I have 2 small kids. I live in Friesland in the north of Holland with my wife and my 2 kids, of course. And since 2019, I am the director of the Enkhuizen Nautical College, where I started teaching in 2006 in the subject of theoretical sailing and coal wrecks. So the circle is round. This is where I started my career as a sailor. I loved this school. I love to sail. And I came back, and now I'm working and training new generations to become sailor, which is without a doubt the best job in the world. I think you can concur.
Definitely.
I need to mention that what I really like about my job is the energy that people bring into the school and the connections that are made the moment that are starting the first day of our school. There are about 100, 110 people walking around who probably never seen each other. And then you see all these connections coming into existence, all these initiatives being shared, because there's somebody who wants to sail the world with his new bought boat, and there is somebody else who wants to join a boat that is sailing the world, and they find each other. There's somebody who wants to start an organization that is taking plastic out of the water or do research into to climate change. And there's people that have a lot of knowledge about that. And during this year, even though the school is only 1 day per week, you see these friendships, these connections coming into existence. And after graduation, people connect to me on Facebook. Then I can look up what they're all doing, and they're all doing it together. And in the last years, I see a very big increase in initiatives concerning sail cargo. You know, I was talking to a girl the other day. She lives in the south of Holland in Limburg, and we were sailing on a boat, which I was then on captain. And she said to me, well, I just sailed with Tres Hombres. We came into a discussion, and I said, what brought you to find the Tres Hombres? And she said, well, it started with buying a piece of chocolate. And then she said, well, I wanted to look up what kind of boat is doing this. I mean, that it must be amazing. And then secondly, what kind of school is training these people? So
Yeah.
I really love that moment, because you see that there is a lot of urge in societies to find sustainable solutions and to follow up these leads much more than it was 10, 15 years ago. So to conclude, my time on school here is not only being a director and arranging that everybody gets education and can do exams, but also for the large part enjoying everything that blooms up here and comes into existence. And that's basically it.
Wonderful, Cosmo. Thank you
Cheers.
so much for your work.
You're welcome.
So that's how we met.
Yeah, yeah.
Last year I came to the school with nothing and I had no idea how my future will change. I was sailing beforehand on the Golden Leo, and before that I was sailing on the cargo vessel Aventure, both 7 months. And I changed my life because of sailing. I felt the passion. I was the head of an environment protection area and I just drank sailed coffee. That's how I came to sailing, right? It was my favorite coffee. And
Yeah.
a friend of mine asked me, hey, Peggy, do you want to come with me to unload the cargo? And I say, yes, cool. I want to see how it's working. And I saw the ship and I thought, wow, that's amazing. I would like to do the social media work for that to support the project a bit more because I didn't know a lot about it. And I thought it could be nice. And then I was sailing and felt the passion and I saw the people working together and I felt so home just being at sea. And then I did it again, and on the Golden Leo, they told me, Peggy, there's the Nautical College in Enkhuizen. You should go there. You're always on the bridge looking how the ship is working and how the instruments and how sailing is functioning. And then, it just came here by advice. And then I thought, wow, I need to do that. And in between, I thought that's quite tough, quite a lot to learn.
Oh yeah,
to sail a ship.
It's not a simple task. Definitely not. No.
Yeah, every school book is with me because this is a treasure for me. So this school changed my life. Sustainability was always with me, and now I'm becoming a professional sailor.
Yeah.
I'm happy to create this Fair Winds collective.
Yeah.
So everything comes together: sustainability, sailing, professionals, and changing the world on the road or at sea.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a combination that has always been there, but we are more aware of it in the last years. And I'm very happy that this came together for you in one.
If you want to fulfill your dream, maybe become a sailor and go to the Safeguard School, the Nautical College, or do something which your heart beats for. There's no time to lose. It's your life. It's your time. Who tells you what to do with it? Only you.
But do it sustainable.
Yes. When I finished my exams at the Safeguard School, we founded the Fair Winds Collective several months ago. So it was April 2023. And we had several discussions how we could change the world into a better place by sailing and combining that with cargo and sustainability.
Yeah, and connecting existing initiatives, of course.
Then we had a meeting in Amsterdam later on about this idea with Kaap. And Kaap told us from Kaap Kargo at the NDSM that there would be a possibility to have free berths for sailing cargo projects, for projects who are under sail and doing projects in the direction of being sustainable. So this means also education, this means research and science. And it's quite a visible spot.
The NDSM is a lovely place. I think it's even in the Lonely Planet. And if you go from Central Station in Amsterdam and take a ferry to the northern part of Amsterdam, you will arrive at the NDSM, and it's a very lovely place. And Kaap of Kaap Kargo has some very lovely berths there for the initiatives that are sailing right now.
And our plan is to connect the projects which are already out there and support the future projects. And they have a lot of questions and a lot of needs. It's about what kind of cargo do we transport?
How do we ensure it?
How do we get good trainees?
How do we get good crew?
How do we connect it with Enkhuizen Safeguard School? There's all the possibilities together. Cosmo has a lot of connections. I'm aware of the sustainable topic quite well, so we are having both fair phones.
Yeah, we do. We really I like them. Yeah, definitely.
And we are also in a learning progress, like all of you out there. We want to support each other on the sail in this case, and we are creating this place in Amsterdam, Enkhuizen. Hamburg will be involved, of course.
Yeah, definitely. And probably some other places as well. But that is to be seen, I think, as soon as we have had talks with Hamburg and some places, some ports in Holland. More ports are going to want to be joining, basically.
Yeah, to support the European Green Deal.
Definitely very necessary.
That we have a possibility also to work together and to plan together. And who are we? So we are Fair Winds Collective, and we invite cargo transporting vessels and sustainable projects under sail. The hub can function as a transfer point for incoming and outgoing goods and trainees. And we offer connections and events for sailing, science, research, and education. And you can share and spread view our webpage platform. We are representing ourselves, what's our plan and what we are creating. If you want to contact us, you can do that directly via www.fairwindscollective.com. And as we said, we are planning, creating, not only dreaming, we are just doing the things. So we are having meetings with the Tucker, with the Edeman, with Haup. We are talking to sustainable cargo projects right now. So Eco Clipper, also the Greyhound is involved.
Yeah, definitely.
We have been talking to the Aventure, of course, the Tres Hombres with Eco Clipper, Fair Ferry.
I talked to the owners of Sterkier, which is a replica of a raft that sailed to the other side of the world in the beginning of the 80s. And they are very interested in joining some beautiful trips, especially if they can gain some attention, some publicity with it as well, of course. And I think Sailing Cargo is an excellent platform for that. So we are talking to basically all parties that are starting or having initiatives, Sailing Cargo, and all these initiatives together we stand stronger. It will be easier to get cargo. It will be easier to deliver cargo. It will be easier to get trainees/passengers to join on the trips. It will be easier to get crew, because together we stand strong.
And with a positive mindset, always.
Definitely always a positive mindset.
That pushes us forward.
Oh yeah.
We will have a lot of things to do. Despite that, we are doing this on a voluntary base.
Yep.
So Cosmo is running the school. He's the principal of the Nautical College. And I'm becoming an officer. I'm sailing on the Golden Leo. And I'm also a social media worker. And yes, we also have connections to the ocean movement. So science will be an important role in the future. We need the education part. And we have also an exhibition ship.
Yeah, definitely. We want to show what we are doing, and we want to give room to all the connected initiatives to show what they are doing. And NDSM is an excellent place in Amsterdam, as it is very central. I think we can generate a lot of publicity with that place.
Yeah, that's a big visibility, and a lot of tourists are coming over there, but also a lot of business people. And it's time to change the future in a way that we are sharing and caring.
Yeah, we love sail cargo. And that's basically the main reason why we are doing this. I love sailing, and I love the idea of transporting goods around the world, but also on national waters in Holland and in other countries, to get sustainable goods from A to B without the use of polluting trucks and cars. If we can get some ships sailing, and if we can get some successes in the near future, I would be a very happy man.
The kids are our future, and we take care for them.
That's an obligation we have, definitely.
On the 14th of September 2024, we will have a
congress. Yep, I think we are going to either do it here in Enkhuizen or in Amsterdam. We are still looking at the possibilities. In that congress, we will have some speakers. We will be able to get to know each other face to face. Although we know most people share ideas, share thoughts, share problems. Hopefully we will be able to come out stronger than we were before.
Yes, we definitely will. And our next step is tomorrow I will be visiting also our hub again in Amsterdam. I'm leaving in just 14 days for a 7-month sailing trip. So we prepare everything, also via email, but sometimes at sea you don't have connection.
True. Same here. Starting the second week in October, I will be fully immersed in all the logistics on keeping a school running. I will still have time to answer emails and to have talks, but it's going to be on a somewhat slower speed than I would actually like, but that's not something we can help at the moment.
We are looking for your questions out there, for your needs, in cases also of cargo. Maybe you have a sustainable brand and you say, hey, I would like to have goods transported in Europe. Then let us know.
Yeah,
we are happy to hear
us.
from you, because we have contacts to the other sailing vessels.
Yeah.
So we are spreading that information, of course, in the best
way possible.
We are happy to hear about your future sailing projects. So there are also a lot of upcoming projects right now. Some people say, oh, I have a ship and I would like to sail some goods. I don't know how, it's just a dream. How do I start?
Come to the Fairwinds Collective.
Thank you, Cosmo, for your work. I really like
Thank you,
the
Peggy.
kind of work we're doing. That's
Oh
really
yeah,
super
yeah,
cool.
yeah. We're sitting here smiling. Yeah, definitely.
In Enkhuizen on the 8th of September.
28
Wow.
degrees, something amazing. Time to do something about the emissions.
Thank you, Cosmo.
Have a good trip on the Goldeloo.
Thank you. All the best for the Nautical College.
Oh
the next...
yeah, we will have a wonderful time with wonderful students once again. I'm already looking forward to that, definitely.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
This is the 9th of September, and we have the meeting with the Fairwinds Collective at Kaap Kargo, with the Idemin owners and the owner of the place of the hub in Amsterdam. So may you introduce yourself shortly and what we have been talking about today?
Hey, I'm David. I'm a naval architect at Kaap Kargo and from the Idemin. So we talked about a Fair Winds Collective. We talked about collecting a group, talked about a vision, about sustainable shipping. We talked about how to get a class, how to bring people together, how to bring the future innovative ships, but also the small parties all together in one big group for the 14th of September. We're looking for a very nice event where we can host a sustainable and sailing shipping company event.
What do we have here on this place? You're owning this harbor area. Can you explain who is in this harbor area and who is welcome and what the area is about?
Well, who's welcome? That's a simple question. Everybody is welcome, of course, in our harbor, Kaap de Groene Hoop, in English, Cape of Green Hope, because we are hoping that with this sustainable hub, that all the sailing cargo ships will come here to unload. We have a hub here, we store the goods and even in the future sell the goods, more storage, but also a store where you can sell all these goods, all from the trade. And of course, we refit ships here. So our dream is also to refit the sailing cargo ships, hopefully also build new ones in the future, because I think innovating the sailing ships is not extremely necessary, but it is now, but it will be the challenge in the future to make it more, well, the turnovers of the ships with modern rig work, with modern loading, on and offloading possibilities, that we can be really the choice of not using a traditional cargo ship, but using a sailing cargo ship. Whether is it a traditional ship, whether is it a catamaran or something else, but I think this can be a part of the future.
We have all a positive mindset. The solutions are only based on ideas which are helping us, pushing us forward. We are creating now a platform with the Fairwinds Collective where everybody is welcome. And your ship, Idemin, already sails. Since how long does it sail and what does it transport?
Well, the Idemin sails already for 28 years, I think, because Tomar, the former owner who's still in the company, built it in the 90s as a passenger ship. Now we sailed a couple of times to England. We sailed to Porto, Portugal, to pick up 24 pallets of organic wine and brought it to Bristol. We just sailed into the Great Wide Open with all the plates and the cutlery for the most sustainable festival of Holland on the islands. We sailed to Terschelling to pick up 200 bicycles and sailed them to Vlieland also. Now we're back in Amsterdam, refitting a bit, and half of November we are going to Colombia, Bonaire, Guadeloupe, and then back home again with coffee and cacao.
How much cargo capacity do you have?
We have 60 tons of capacity, 84 cubic meter of space in the Idemin. That's for now. We're even thinking to adjust the Idemin in the future. We're planning to maybe put an extra space in between so we can put more volume in the cargo hold, or changing the motor of the Idemin with an electric engine and change the machine engine into another big cargo hold. For now it's 60 tons, but we're looking into the future to make it bigger.
Wonderful. But we have in the future something to work on with the Fairwinds Collective, and we need to gather our strength. This means we have a big topic. We were talking about this in the meeting right now. So it's insurance. What kind of problem do we have? How?
Well, I think the main problem is that insurance companies like traditional MS Amlin, for instance, like to do big cargo vessels with big surveys, and they collect an extremely a lot of money, of course, for these insurance, and we are just the small fish. So we are, in their eyes, a bit of the problem. We are different, we have a sail, we go to Caribbean and back, but in the end, besides Tres Hombres, we all have an engine, which runs, by the way, on biofuel, and we all have a survey under the flag of Vanuatu. So we are registered, we have all the surveys as the other cargo ships, but they treat us different, probably because of the unknown. And they think that a sailing cargo vessel is more a risk than a normal vessel, which isn't true. That's why you also have this survey for Hinko, for instance.
We also have this thing that passenger vessels are getting insured. That makes no sense, right?
Exactly on the same grounds, the passengers do have the full P&I, and we have cargo ships under the same circumstances can't have that, which is strange because MS Amway treats the cargo is less value than human beings or something like this, maybe. It's an interesting way of looking at insurance. And I think the role for Fairwind together with the Zeevaartschool can be quite interesting talking to these insurances. It's not only MS Amlin, there are more, of course.
Yeah, the problem is also that the flag, like these insurance companies are asking you, under which flag are you sailing? And we are obligated to sail with the Vanuatu flag. We are really interested to sail under the Dutch flag. The ship was operating the Idemin for 30 years with a Dutch flag. Only in Holland, sailing cargo vessels, as a cargo vessel, can only get a Dutch flag if you're above 500 GT. The Idemin is 103 GT. The other sailing cargo vessels are all below 500 GT. So due to the Dutch regulations, we can't have a Dutch flag. We want it. It's not our choice that we choose to go with Vanuatu. We're obligated to go with that flag. And because of that, we're obligated that we have problems with insurance companies.
So if there's somebody listening and has connection, has an idea and want to reach out and support, or even can change that immediately, reach out to us, to the Fairwinds Collective. You will find us already on social media, and you are very welcome at the hub at Kaap de Groene Hoop in Amsterdam to have a meeting with us, to see the place, to see the ship, to see the people, to see the real life. And we are a safe place to be, and we are getting bigger and bigger by creating hubs. We are a sample for Europe, and we will connect to Hamburg, we will connect to England, to France. So everywhere their hubs are rising up right now. People are interested in a sustainable future, and we should start now. We shouldn't talk about the past. We should act for the future, and this is right now.
Correct.
Correct.
Thank you for this wonderful meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you, Peggy.
Bye.
Thank you. Ciao.
You are very welcome at the hub at Kaap de Groene Hoop in Amsterdam. Thank you, Cosmo, for your work. Contact us www.fairwindscollective.com.
Fairwinds Collective.
We should act for the future, and this is right now.